Okay, guys. How's it going, everybody? Just here, working on this painting. Just got off um, Emmett Ferguson's live stream. We were dual streaming together, just painting. This particular project is how do I describe it? We're just doing kind of a gifting to one another. So we each started a painting live stream, and the finished works we're trading to one another. So yeah. So we started with some word generators to help us kind of come up with a theme for the paintings, and through a convoluted process we came here's the dog. We came up with interconnectedness based on a few words that we chose, or Emmett had me choose. So we each started a painting based on that prompt or that idea. So yeah, I just started this about 2.5 hours ago. Had no idea what I'm gonna do. It'll be something. Hey, Wendy. Going back to sleep? All right, thanks for stopping through and saying hello. 2 a.m. Yeah, get some sleep. Catch you in another stream. Hope you have a good evening and a good sleep. Did you eat? All right, guys. So the dog just jumped off the bed, so I'm going to take her out real quick, and then I'll be right back. Maybe I'll take a quick bathroom break. I am painting something. I don't know what it is yet. So enjoy this abstraction right now. You ready? Let's go outside. You gotta go potty, right? Let me get my jacket. Let me get my jacket. Light. Those lights. Let me take my other phone. Sorry, guys. I will be right back. Probably be like 5 minutes. Oh, I did take my phone, didn't I? You know, if you have any questions, just put it in the chat. I'll be back and I'll answer it. Hey, Cheese Wizard. You are the Cheese Wizard. freezing. Look, under the hand yourself. Come on, up. Come on. Come on. Ooh. All right, everybody. I don't know who's still here. Hey, Danny. How are you doing? No esta sola? What is that? No esta sola. I should probably know this. You're not alone. Okay, thank you. You were alone for a second, just because I had to take the dog outside. How do I say perro? Perro? Perro, how do you say outside? Yeah, my Spanish is pretty much non-existent. I should work on Spanish. We get a lot of Spanish speakers at my job, and that would be great that I can be more helpful to anybody at my job. Alright, so I'm thinking, so for a while now, that I want to take my big brush and just soften this whole kind of mess. Because I'm not sure where this is going right now. Kind of like in a like I'm outlining everything. So it's definitely gotten more abstract versus any kind of figuration that I thought I may have in mind before we started doing the dual live stream. But I appreciate all you guys that come through. Not like I'm have any clue as to what I'm trying to paint at the moment. So basically, my friend and I, he's another YouTube creator, streamer. And we decided to do a dual stream on his channel and start a couple paintings that we're basically going to gift one another when we finish. Alright guys, sorry, just had to send a number to a coworker. I hope they don't need me to work, because tomorrow is my only day off for the week. And I've been putting in a lot of hours in at work because everybody wanted to take PTO. So I'm like, being a nice guy, I'll work the bulk of the hours that people can't cover because they want to take time off for the holidays. And we're finally out of the holidays, and I would like to have my time back. I don't mind working all these hours, but if I don't have to, the better. Alright, now I'm thinking to blend all this together, hopefully lightly, and then kind of see what happens. But so the greater part of me wants to do that. The smallest amount of me wants to just keep continuing to see what happens without the blending. But that's the thing, is now it's like, am I going in a more representational mode, or do I stick with the abstract? And right now, not digging the abstract part, but that is the weaker side of my abilities, since I do a lot more figurative and representational stuff. Because we had no plan other than the prompt of interconnectedness, and I was like, oh great. It's the interconnectedness of a bird's eye view of a city, and these are the streets. So my wife has asked, I have to pick up my wife in a couple hours, less than 2 hours. So at about probably an hour and 30 minutes, I will be just, I will end the stream. But until then, I'll try to keep plugging away at this painting. Are you okay, Lily? My dog's over here hacking something up. Are you okay, Lily? Are you hungry? You need food? It looks like you're looking for tidbits. Looks like you're looking for tidbits. Do I need some white? I haven't put any white on my on my palette yet. So I have this M. Graham & Co. Titanium. Well, actually, this is an Alkyd formula. Probably shouldn't be using the Alkyd. So yeah, you could definitely tell that this is very cool white. So a problem of mine is not being afraid to use paint. I'm very stingy when it comes to paint. Probably because I paint so small, so I end up not putting much paint on. I mean, this canvas isn't that large. And again, I'm not quite sure the direction I'm trying to take. Which is a problem. But I shouldn't be too worried about that. Okay. So let me bring up the stream so I can actually see, so I'm not having to look at the camera. But this phone is definitely needing to be charged, so I have to plug it in. So let me just say that it's been some time since I've done any oil painting. Probably the last oil painting session I did was maybe Lily, what are you doing? 2 to 3 years ago? Well, actually, I can't say that. Last year I was using oil paint in a mixed media project, but it wasn't painting like this, so like what I was doing had more purpose than what I'm doing here, which is a little bit more instinctual versus knowing exactly what I want to do with the oil paint. And a full oil painting was probably maybe the last portrait I did, which was probably, maybe more than 5 years ago. I'm trying to think if I've done any oil. Yeah, I've been mainly painting and acrylics and spray paint and house paint and enamels for my most recent works. Hey, Dondrell. Skills. I appreciate it. You got more faith in me than I do at this time. Yeah, not sure, but you just keep pushing through, right? That's the thing with abstraction. I'd be more happy if I was doing going the neo-expressionist route. I don't want to make such a mess. I should put like a tarp down on the floor if I was going to do more of that, because I mean the wood floor here is already kind of ruined, but I don't want to ruin it further. But we'll just kind of keep moving and making these choices. So I'm not sure if any of the raw canvas or white canvas will survive. But we will find out. We will certainly find out. We'll just keep we'll keep going. Yep, just keep adding. It'll eventually become something. Just don't stop. Don't stop until the painting says stop. Actually, I will have to stop though. And in an hour and 20 minutes, I have to go pick up my wife from work. And it is cold AF here in Des Moines, Iowa. We missed the snowstorm that stayed south of us, but it is still cold. Just add the color. Do I fill in all the white? Do I fill in all the white? Something will eventually reveal itself. Something will come of this. Just keep going, keep adding. I don't know, something telling me to blend all this or keep the raw brush stroke. Keep the brush stroke. The scared part of me wants to blend it all together, but that might be the thing that I need to do. So it's hard to say, like, what do I listen to? Do I shake the die? Take the plunge? Certainly don't want it to become a piece of boring. It might just be a boring piece of art. I mean, this is supposed to be a gift for somebody. An art trade. Dondrell, are you saying just shut up and keep adding? Just shut up, alright. Alrighty. Don't say another word. Just keep painting. You're better at that than you are talking. Just shut up. Don't say another word. Yeah, that's always the dilemma, is like, do I need to share every little bit of this process? I mean, some people can't. But I think the more you do over time, the more you're able to do that. Certainly don't need this white up here anymore. coworker was able to find her replacement for her shift because her furnace is having issues and she wants to get it fixed. So she needs to take tomorrow off. Somebody's covering her shift for her, so that's good. And my wife my wife thinks I'm going to eat something before I pick her up and we can eat together. But typically when I get into these kind of painting modes or sessions, I don't care about anything other than painting. Your house could be on fire and I wouldn't care because I'm painting. No, that's sad. That's sad. No, I would call 911. I wouldn't let your house go up in flames. Or would I? All for this painting, all because I need to make these marks on this canvas. And why do I need to do that? That is a good question. Because I told somebody I would? Is that a good reason? Is this gonna be like a group of objects? It's kind of where it's almost seems like it's leaning to. But since I haven't gotten too far out of these very warm color, this very warm color palette, we'll find out. Again, don't be afraid to use the paint. That's what it's there for. No. There's always more, unless you don't have any money to buy the paint. Then I don't know what to say. When you don't know what you're doing and you use up all your paint, then you have a problem. If you know what you're doing and you can plan ahead with your paint, you might not have a problem. But you certainly have a problem when you run out of paint. That means you're going to have to stop painting until you get your color. I think I went way too... So this... this cadmium red deep hue is a very strong color. It is... I don't know why I did that, but that's fine. That's fine. Sometimes you just don't know. You just go with it. I do like... I need to figure out the amount of paint on my brush to keep these cool brush marks, brush strokes, where it's actually paint. Yep, no simple Godzilla painting here. I would certainly feel more comfortable with that, but this, not so much. It's alright. We need to go back to the beginning. When you didn't have any idea of what you were doing when you first started painting. Because it was all just play and seeing what the paint is capable of doing. You know, how to hold your brush. You can hold it however you wanted. don't know what I was doing there. I mean, you get, this is pretty much a flat. This flat's kind of wore down. I don't know, it's number 6 flat. I don't usually use flats too much in oil painting. My preference is certainly the filbert. And again, paint, you can always paint over the paint, or you can scrape it off, or you can wipe it off. You can do all kinds of stuff. This is definitely not a painting instructional, so hey, yeah, I'm doing more, Emmett. Thank you. It seems to be a grouping of objects now versus something. I wish I had kind of more concrete idea of exactly what I'm painting here. How about a candy corn? I don't know what that has anything to do with interconnectedness. But I am trying to flesh out whatever these things are, if they're going to be objects. I like to hold the brush at the very end, and then you just go, boop, boop. You can twist it back and forth. You make a mark like that. The brush is almost like a wand, magic wand, like Harry Potter's magic wand. If you're into that kind of thing. See, when you hold it like at the very end, you can be very gentle with it. Except I don't have much paint on there. You know, you can create some cool visual texture just doing that. Or, you know, you can get yourself a little nicely little chiseled edge. I don't think this one will do it because the tip has been certainly worn down. Or maybe it's just a cheaper brush. You can push the brush up. Instead of pulling the brush, you can push the brush. You can saw it back and forth. That's kind of cool. Oh, look at that. Oh, you just kind of do whatever. Whatever your body movement wants to make, you can make a shape. See, I can shape these yellow forms. Got some cat hair. Since we got a shade here, you just go through these light forms. Maybe some blending would do us some good. This is almost like me playing with my food. As a kid, I would do that. Play with my food. My parents would yell at me, say, Corey, don't play with your food. I mean, they wouldn't like yell at me. They would just tell me not to do that. Very sternly. Look at that. That's how you get all the paint off your brush, is like you just kind of twist it around. And you just mash it in there. Since your the surface paint is still wet, hence alla prima, you just saw it back and forth. We'll take some of that. I keep forgetting about that. It's just like brushing through wet paint. What is that going to do for you? Oh, we're losing that bit of form. That was the acrylic paint. So I started this canvas with acrylic paint. It's been sitting around for a long time. Didn't know what I was going to do with it. Needed a canvas. Sometimes you just have to paint over what you did because you need a canvas. I thought I had some brand new ones, but I think I did unopen. I vaguely remember opening those and using them possibly this summer for something. I don't think I finished it. Probably didn't even start anything. This kind of reminds me of a painting I did when was it? In my late 20s, mid to late 20s, and it became a bowl of fruit, and it was a really bad painting. I don't know what happened to it. I used it in at a group art show that I did with a couple friends. Maybe you can call them acquaintances. I haven't seen them in a long time. We used it for a skit. I brought in some people that I worked with from the food co-op that I worked with at in Minneapolis, and they were artists, musicians, and I had no idea what I was doing. Let's see, is it 2000 and or not 2000, 1998, 99 maybe? Shoot, I was 26. No clue what I was doing. I know I wanted to be an artist. I was already painting, so, and had been for 8 years. I was okay painter when I was younger. I'm still okay painter. Now, am I an inspirational painter? I don't know. Do I want to be? I don't know. Now I'm just showing off. Showing off how I don't know how to paint. Oh, I thought I was gonna keep use this phone for my monitor to keep track of my chat, but I keep forgetting to do that. You gotta go to your own channel to find your own live. There we go. Yeah, it reminds you of waffle crisp cereal that you used to eat. I mean, I'm hungry. But my wife says she'll be mad at me if I eat something before we can eat together. Yeah, I think I was describing to somebody earlier of like the concept of the lattice. So I guess you can see that this is kind of that. A waffle crisp would be kind of a lattice. I mean, if it's airy, has air pockets. I'm thinking more of, I guess, like Chex cereal. I don't know if that's the same thing. Ooh. Now I'm starting to do stuff that looks like graffiti. No, I don't want to do that. But if it happens, it happens. Again, use more paint. I'm not using enough paint. If I knew exactly what I was painting, this would be so much easier. But since I'm just kind of going with this idea of this will take me somewhere. Eventually, I'll arrive at the destination. Just gotta enjoy the journey, the sights along the way. It reminds me of a story, but I can't remember the story very well. So I know I would flub it up. I don't want to do these hard edges too much, though. I gotta keep my monitor phone over there, not by where I really need to keep it, which is closer to me. Okay. I don't want to put it on my. So I'm not really using my thinner right now. So let me. And I don't know why I didn't do this before. Gosh dang it. Where's my paper towels? I got some paper towels here. I need to get all this out of here. I don't know if I. Oh, sorry guys. Fucking cat. I think cat barf anywhere. A cat bear. I hope I have my garbage bag. Use all these old napkins. Sorry guys. But yeah, our windows, our living room windows are garbage as far as keeping any heat from escaping. At this time, I don't know if I can open this because they might be frozen shut. Yep. It's not like I'm fumed out or anything. It'll just be nice to, because I'm sure my wife will get home and be like, what does that smell? I'll be like, oil paint. Was it oil painting? Don't be afraid to use the paint. I gotta keep chanting that mantra because I will get very stingy with the paint. And I'm sure I'll mention this plenty of times. Oh, so, shoot. Sorry, the light sucks in here too. Let me see. I think I have these more natural light bulbs, but the lamp behind me sucks. It's got mostly yellow light in it, yellowish bulbs. All right, maybe filling in these white areas. Sorry guys, you're getting my underarm. Trying to stay out of the camera frame. I'm not sure if I'm making the wisest choices here. Sorry guys. Just need to I feel like a hard reset. A very hard reset. You're probably wondering why, oh, why don't you use more, don't you have a color palette down there? Yeah, it was very loose color palette. Right now it was just titanium white. Well, I started with the yellow ochre, titanium white. I probably didn't even need the yellow ochre because I could probably mix that. But titanium white, I think it was the cadmium lemon yellow. Pale, of course, pale hue. You know, that's what you get when you buy Winton colors. The phthalo blue. I had a Daler Rowney, Rowney Georgian. I don't think I've used this yet. What is this? Can't read it anymore. But I have the cadmium red deep hue. So that's pretty much what I'm working with right now. I guess I could probably get away with these colors. Maybe a lighter cadmium would have been a little better. But, you know, we can lighten the deep up with this. Either the cadmium lemon yellow or the titanium white. Come on, titanium white, give me some kind of bright, muddy colors. It's not going to be muddy unless I add phthalo. Yeah, certainly. How much of that yellow do I really need? Yep, still some of the acrylic underpainting showing through. Oh, right here. So maybe after this I will spin the canvas around, turn it upside down. Maybe that'll definitely help. Sometimes it's harder to see what you're doing wrong till you make a move like that. A lot of oranges in here. We start bringing in these. Should have just did a big old ball. Interconnectedness is a sphere. Should I leave that blue spot right there? What you doing, Michi? So I got my cat Michi hanging out. And now she is going away. She wants to go sit in the cup of noodle cat bed that my wife just got. 2 of them. Looks like a cup of noodle. Oh shoot! That's the problem with having your camera stand right next to. There we go. Yeah, lights suck. Sorry guys, it's all washed out. This was a very impromptu paint session. All I knew it was that I wanted to paint, and so I did. I started to paint. Well, I thank anybody that's still sticking it out with me. I know I'm not the most exciting speaker. Just needs practice. But I appreciate you guys, whoever's still here hanging out, watching. If this interests you, cool. If not, thank you for still being here. Not like it would matter to me. I would just still be painting. But I appreciate it. Just start flicking your paintbrush back and forth if you don't know what to do next. Eventually you'll see what you'll come to where where you need to make the next move. It's almost, I think I was talking to Emmett about this, but it's almost like chess, playing chess. At least for me. I don't know anybody else. I don't really play much chess. I haven't played chess in a long time, but it's all about making choices. What are those choices? So there's this spot here where there was some paint drippage onto this canvas. Accidental paint drippage. I don't know if this was spray paint or acrylic paint, but obviously I'm not using enough oil paint, but I don't want to get too thick with this, just because this is still the early stages of this. So is this painting going to be fiery, like it's being forged in the pit of hells, or hells? Maybe bird heads, maybe knickknacks, cool totems. What will they become? What will they become? Oh, all right, Dondrell. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy your walk. I wish I could say I could go out for a walk, but it's freezing cold. If I want to freeze my ass off, I can go for a walk. But I'll babysit my cats here until I have to go pick up my wife. But I hope you enjoy that walk, man. Enjoy that walk for me, since I can't really enjoy a walk right now. It's cold AF. But yeah, I appreciate you being here, brah. Thank you. Hope to catch you in a live soon, eventually. I know I took like 5 days away just because I was working. But yeah. This is fun though. I can't say I'm not having fun, even though it is a little frustrating. But that's the part. Once you get a lot of coverage, paint coverage on your canvas, and you're like, okay, what's the next step? What am I painting here? What am I painting? Some people know exactly what they're painting. Usually I know exactly what I'm painting. But I'm trying something different. Trying something I haven't tried in a long time. Oh, I think I was telling the story about my very first art show. I was with a couple of people I vaguely knew. One I didn't even really know that well, but he was a good guy. Hung out a couple times. In your youth, you have those people you just kind of meet, and then they're, hey, get out of there. Get out of the garbage, please. You're causing trouble, garbage cat. So probably after this painting session, I'm going to come out here and do a thorough cleaning of this workspace out here in my living room if I want to take advantage of it this winter and actually do some painting. Last winter I was being a whiny bum. Didn't want to work out here because it would get so cold. I don't know, maybe I just needed a break. A break from the art making. I was still doing stuff, which was working on illustrations for a kids book I was being paid to do. So that took up a lot of my time last year at this time. I am working on the second book. So, but instead of working on those illustrations like right now, because there is a deadline looming, I decided to do an oil painting because I wanted to see and play again. Not a very fast painter though. Don't expect fastness from me. I mean, I guess this isn't bad for, what is it? We started at 5 o'clock, 4 hours? I don't know. For not knowing, not having any idea what I am painting. It will take shape though. I feel like now this is like a bunch of objects, or it could be, because of all the yellow ochre separating everything. I don't usually use these warm or bright of colors. Most of my paintings are usually more on the blues or reds or greens. Not so much the reds and yellows. Did I say reds? The blues, purples, and greens. I think I side more on a cooler color palette for most of my works, even though there's some yellows, oranges, and reds in them. They're usually pretty colorful. Yeah, right now I'm just rambling, so don't mind me. Just trying to get used to talking, just saying stuff. What do you want to know? What do I want to share? What do I want to share? Now, if I had references, but I don't want to use references, this could be something. Maybe I need to go with some more darkers. Darks. There'll be plenty of time for that. I just want to make a muddy mess. Not a bloody mess, a muddy mess. Make that mud. Right now it's still too bright. It's bright mud. We're just making our way around the canvas. Filling in spots. I need more white. That white. So since I think the titanium is going to have some blue in it, it's going to definitely mute my oranges. So I will take that. I'll stuff in my paint. the cat hair and whatever this thing is that's been on my palette, hanging out on my palette. Oops. I had a paper towel somewhere around here that I was hanging on to. Hey, Mega Halo, how's it going? Love the Mega Halo piece, and I am so happy you made that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yep, I made that because of you. You inspired that piece. I was like, what can I make? And then I thought, oh, a Mega Halo. This will be a cool piece. And then I thought, oh, I could do a holy grilled cheese too. And they would be funny. They are supposed to be humorous. I hope you found them funny. I know, I'm assuming that when you say Mega Halo, that is not the Halo that you're referencing. I'm assuming it's the game Halo, but I thought it would be funny to make a gigantic Halo, hence a Mega Halo. Yeah, this painting's gonna take a while. I am not a fast painter. There's no way I'm finishing this in 5 hours. Oops, kicking my camera again. Kicking the camera. Don't kick the camera, kick rocks. The holy grilled cheese one was funny to watch the people praising a grilled cheese. Yeah, I mean, if you're holy, don't they praise you? You know what? I thought, so after I did those pieces, I thought it would be funny to animate them. So I'm thinking of animating them. Just real simple animation, nothing too crazy. Maybe in the form of a GIF. So that'd be kind of funny. And then I can mint it and make it into an NFT just for fun. Just because I can. It's kind of looking like an Emmett's painting. This looks like some kind of statue right here. This piece here. There was a heart right in here somewhere. This part of the process it's fun because you have no idea what any of this could be, if it's supposed to be anything at all. Yeah, I kind of figured it had the Halo game connection somehow, but the Mega part just made it even. It was perfect. It was like a huge Halo, and this guy is he's waiting for it to come down because he hopes it's his Halo. He hopes he has found, what is it? Why do you receive a halo? Because you're a good person? Is that why they put halos on things? Oh man, is there a hole in this canvas? Are you kidding me? There's a teeny tiny hole. I bet that was from one of my cats. Not today, but since I've had this canvas not laying around, but it's stacked up into stacks of canvases, and I bet the cat came up behind it and tried to climb on some stuff and put its claw right in it. I could fix it. Not a big deal. It's fixable, but I feel bad. Oh, I'm doing this for somebody, and they're getting a terrible quality canvas. I mean, it's not. They're the ones you get at Michael's. They're made in China. I'm not saying that everything made in China is terrible, but the quality of canvas itself is very lightweight, thin. Um, I should have got I do have my own canvas, so I should have probably just stretched a piece, but this was so impromptu, I didn't even want to bother like messing around with much. I mean, I'm working on my glass palette here, and it has paint that's been on it and encrusted on it for years, and I didn't want to spend a ton of time looking for the paint. It's basically a razor straight knife to scrape the paint off with. I know I have one. It's somewhere. I don't know where it's at. It could be in the garage. I am not going to go wandering around spending all day looking for this thing. I know where some straight edges are. They're definitely in a tackle box in the garage. I don't want to go out there right now. So I'm just I put the paint right. I made sure to clean it so it wasn't dusty. And then I put the paint right over it. Sorry, Meg, I'm just talking to myself. You get a halo when you become an angel into heaven by being a good person throughout your life. True. Yeah. So a gigantic halo. Does that symbolize you were the bestest you could possibly have been in life? I certainly haven't been the best. Not the worst, definitely not the best. Just human. We all make mistakes. Hopefully you don't make any serious mistakes that just ruin yours and somebody else's life. But it does happen. Yeah, I was at work the other day. Since I sit at a desk, and sometimes Des Moines police, they sit with me. One of the guys had his radio on. He was listening to an event that was taking place at that time, and a guy, I don't know if he pulled a gun, what, but all I heard was gunshots over the radio. The officer that I was sitting with, you can tell he was having a hard time with that because he had to be there. Unless he was called in, he, he his job was at the hospital. I mean, I think he was off. He was doing an off-duty gig, but they still have to wear their uniforms and stuff. But he is also part of the local SWAT team, so I could tell he was having a hard time listening to that. I was having a hard time listening to that. Yeah, so the suspect was definitely not alive anymore after that. The officers were concerned that other officers may have been hurt. I don't know exactly what the situation was, especially what they were walking into, so I can't comment on any of that. All I know is what I heard, and that was gunshots, and pretty much the suspect was down and most likely not alive anymore. I don't know. I'm making all these hard edges, and I shouldn't be making all these hard edges at this time. But it's starting to, I don't know if part of me, my unconscious or subconscious, is trying to start to build some forms. Yeah, it's hard. I have to pretty much, because I don't know the context of the situation, why the guy was why they were there, why the guy was even, I didn't catch any of that. Yeah, but just, you know, whether the guy was doing something effed up or, I mean, prior to this, another person was allegedly holding a small child hostage. I mean, this is small, like small city, Midwest city, and there's been a lot of officer involved shootings within the past half year, I guess, according to the police. So, and we're a state where our governor pretty much made made it easy for anybody to get a handgun. So there's, you know, there's all these guns out there people are using either to commit crimes, to say that they're protecting themselves with. Me, I ain't gonna be carrying no gun, and certainly not, I wouldn't be pulling it out on a police officer, because basically once they see you, you see it in the news, it's not even a gun, and you make some kind of sudden movement, and you're pretty much done. 'Cause if they feel threatened, they have the right to you know, shoot to kill. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I do not want to be on that end of the gun. So you play with fire, you get burnt. Yep, shit is messed up. Sorry, excuse my French again. I try not to. Why is it? Okay, guys, sorry, but my cord does not want to work to charge. Now it does. Okay, thank you. At least you're charging now. Man, I am not using enough paint again. Okay, so what do we have here? Eventually, if I cover up all the white areas, and maybe that's part of the goal, is to cover up the white areas at this time. Not sure if that's what I should be doing. Yeah, see right here, got some hard edges. I don't want to get, so I don't want the paint to be too thick. So I don't want to be laying down too thick of a paint, because I need to continue to paint over it. especially if I'm painting alla prima, I don't want to be spending all this time and then, you know, it gets to a point and you do have to let it dry. And then basically, if you're going to continue painting alla prima, you have to start almost all over again so that you have a wet surface to work the paint into. Okay, so am I going for just the paint marks? A lot of light flesh tones going on in this painting besides the yellow. Now the yellow is almost acting like borders. I hope the cat isn't going to try and jump on my So I have a cat here who loves to climb atop my easel. Hopefully she doesn't try to do that anytime soon. That is Kire. She is one of the cats that we found. We've found a few cats. They were definitely not anything other than stray. Now one guy we think he was abandoned because he had been kind of living around the house for a little while. He was sleeping in one of the window wells, coming to the back, drinking out of the bird bath. Sweet guy. His name is Yoru. Yoru, like a roux you're making for gravy. Yoru. It's Japanese for dusk or evening or whatever. I don't know why we named him that. I think because supposedly we found him at that time. I don't know. He was just hanging around, so. Alright guys, I got about 20 minutes before I have to go pick up my wife. The time just seems to keep going by so fast. I am enjoying this session. Probably more for the rambling because I have no idea what I want to talk about, so I'm just rambling. Just so that it's not dead air. So I will just talk about whatever comes to mind. Yeah, my throat is hurting though. Certainly a hurty, throaty. Man. Okay, pretty soon I'm gonna have to make some real hard choices with this painting. You may not see them as hard choices, but you're not the one painting. If you were painting, you'd probably say, I'm done. This is ridiculous. I don't know what I'm doing. Yep, you can't be a timid painter. You can timidly paint, but you can't be a timid painter. It just won't work. You could be a timid person that paints. Just don't paint timidly. You have to be bold, or you will not get far in the world of painting. And that doesn't necessarily mean the art world, just painting itself. Just painting, nothing else. I'm probably being way too chill. Way too chill painter. Come on. Don't worry. We'll make some bold decisions here pretty soon. I don't know if it'll be this session. Let's see. We'll have to make a bold decision as to when I will have time again. Because I would like to get this done as soon as I can. I don't want to leave it lingering. I would like to. Whoops. I would like to give it to the person that we are supposedly making each of these paintings for. Do I start just blending now? Do I blend? Do I blend? Am I supposed to blend? Take out more white. This is, for me, this right here is the most comfortable way to hold my brush. It's like I'm not even holding anything at all until I push down on it. Jeez, where am I going? That could be a dog balloon. Should I paint a dog balloon? Should I start asking you guys what to paint? But this is the painting for Emmett. Do I get help? So the theme is interconnectedness. Is it interconnectedness? Interconnectedness. So if I ask you guys for help, isn't that me being interconnected? Look at that. You can paint like this. You just pat you can pat like the surface. I'm doing that to get a texture, and also to get the cat hair. Oh, yeah. Once you start adding some kind of tone to the surface, now I'm starting to see all the cat claw punctures. I'm gonna have to fix this one though, for sure. You can't, it will not leave this house without the back being fixed. Because you leave that, and how thin this canvas is, that's going to be a gigantic hole in no time. Trust me, I've seen it happen to my canvases before. I can definitely bring out all this stuff as objects, but it will all be on the same plane, like it was sitting on a table, and not very, it wouldn't have a whole lot of depth to it. And I feel like this needs a variety of depth. It's all too much on the same plane. I mean, I don't necessarily have to keep any of this. I can just block it all out. Let me get some of this yellow. I've been using a lot of the white, the titanium white with this. So is the proper context light shade or highlight? A light shade is a lighter color, a shade. So this is where all my freaking paper towels have ended up, was in my pocket. I was like, what is this in my pocket? Why is it keeping all my paint towels in my pocket? I need to not have them in the pocket. So at this stage, I don't think, not anything. I've been using acrylic paints too much. I miss painting with oils. Oils are fun. So I haven't really been using, so typically in the past I've used a lot more paint thinner, turpentine, to thin my paints out. This piece, trying to stay conscious of not really needing to use thinner. I haven't once so far cleaned my brush off. Hence why I started off with the yellow. If I need to clean my brush off, I will just wipe the paint off my brush. I don't care if there's paint in the bristles. That might make whatever mix I'm using a little more interesting. Anyways, if you're not too heavy-handed and you're not pushing the brush into the canvas like that, most likely you won't be mixing the paint that you have on the brush with the paint in the brush. Especially if you're gentle. So I want to try to do more of painting like that. The turpentine and thinners, the smells will start to get to you, if not right away. And it's not very good to handle or really breathe in for long periods of time. For short periods of time for some people. Yeah, I don't really paint with gloves. I should, if I don't paint with gloves, I should probably use some kind of barrier cream. But I don't know, I'm not going crazy with what I'm doing, so most of the paint, and I'm not using thinner, which will make the paint thin in the bristles, and then if you're whipping it around, it gets everywhere. I mean, I'm not saying that's wrong. Jeez, what's going on here? There's a time and place for it, and if you, yeah, it would be running down the brush handle. Yep, right there. Another dang, this whole surface is probably covered in cat punctures, cat claw punctures. Yep, just gonna try and do this painting without the need to use any kind of paint thinner. I don't have any oil medium. I might have some somewhere around here. I'm not gonna use any paint additives, mediums like Damar or any of that, or I don't know what else there is. Not trying to speed up or slow down the paint drying process. Nope, that needed to be more yellow, so let's just add more yellow. This area has the bulk of the underpainting, the acrylic underpainting. Kind of don't want that. And the cat hair. A lot of cat hair. I'm going to blend that. Blend or just attack. Attack the surface with your brush. Attack, attack. Even if it's just little tiny areas, just attack it. So I think my next, if I do another oil painting, I think I might want to paint the sukiyaki painting, the digital painting that I did. Gosh, is it time yet? It's 9:36, so I'll probably be wrapping it up here in the next 5 minutes. Because I gotta get ready to go pick up my wife from work. And I've been saying this for a while now. You know, I don't know if I like that anymore. I like that one. But I don't know, maybe like a large scale, that would be kind of fun to try. Really large scale, like I have some 3 foot by 4 foot, but I also have a big, maybe 4.5 or 5.5 by 6 foot canvas. And I've had it for too many years, and I actually have a few of them. So it might be time to just not be afraid to use them. Plus I have more canvas. I think I have another roll of canvas somewhere. So I don't need to be afraid to just finally paint something on it. I always feel like it has to be something grand before I use it. I have a lot of ideas now, so I might as well just get them out on canvas. Might as well. Can't paint when you're dead, so you don't know how much time you have. So I'm putting it off for too long. So I think my wife is texting me. Let's see. I keep hearing a ding. Yeah, sure. IHOP. She wants IHOP. Never mind. Friday they close at 10. Perkins. Can you please put me down in the bathroom for me, and there is a package in the porch larger bathroom rug. Okay, so that should be more stuff. Alright guys, looks like that's gonna be a wrap because I got a few things I need to do before crap. Of course I put out a lot of paint on this canvas, or not canvas, on this palette. Especially the phthalo blue that I didn't use yet. I didn't want to get too muddy right away, so I decided not to use it just yet. And of course, there's a big blob of it on the palette. Shoot. It means I need to use it within the next day, or else it's just gonna dry and I have just wasted it. So, oh shoot, did I just, nope, thank goodness. I was like, okay, so this part of it I am using the thinner to clean my brush, but I'm first wiping off the paint onto these paper towels, so I get the majority of the paint off of the brushes. Okay, but I might have to set up a container with oil so they can just hang out in the oil. I have to figure out a way to make it secure so the cats don't get into it or cat hair gets into it. Yes, but we need to close these up. I could probably put some plastic wrap over that. Maybe I got a bag I can use. But so you guys don't have to hang around for this BS. I'm going to end the stream, and I want to thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate it. Let me get the phone out of here so you get a better look at this thing. Let me see. Hold on. Crappy light. Or, oh wait, I could just zoom in, right? I don't know how to hold this right. There you go. Yeah. Like I said, it looks like a collection of objects. Or at least the beginning of a collection. I don't know if you have any thoughts, let me know. It'll be going somewhere. Eventually, it'll be going to Emmett in California. But at first, we got to finish it. So, all right, guys. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the session. I'll be back again here, hopefully in the next day or so. And I'm sure it'll be dry by then, and I'll be bummed out that I can't move this paint around anymore. So we'll see. Thank you guys. Thanks, Mega, Don Drill. Who else do we have in here today? Don Drill, Emmett for a second, Danny, Wendy, appreciate it. Cheese Wizard, brand new to the stream, I'm not sure, but I appreciate you guys all coming and joining. And I hope you all have a good day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at in the world. And until next time, bye for now. Bye-bye. Thank you. What does this say?